Since I need to complete this to continue the main quest, Graven Innocence. In Port Ornament Sumeru, there's a shop named Akara Crafts. One can hear the many side of craftsmen within. Complete the unappreciated carving to invite Collei, which means I'm going to get a free Collei, which means it's located. The heck is that? Wow, on Port Ormuz. I see now why we could continue through the story. I still hate the part where you actually have to clear this in order to continue to the main story, but you know what? We'll do what I have to. What happens if Dory is next? I don't think I can do anything.
Port Ormos is pretty great. There's so many new and interesting things, not to mention all the tasty food. Sumeru's largest commercial port sure lives up to its name. Look at all the merchants, and everyone seems excited just to be here.
Not everyone, I'm sure. No one quite as excited as Paimon.
How did things end up like this?
All thanks to your artistic license. That's how. I should have made you wait until we got an update from Tanja.
But when I finished the prototype Aranara yesterday, you agreed that the kids would like it. That's why we tried bringing it out for a test run today.
Well, I never thought they'd dislike it so much.
Oh, what should we do?
There we go. They sound distinctly less than excited.
Whoa. Yeah. Compared to everyone else, they seem really down in the dumps. Let's go find out what's going on.
Yeah, let's just bombard in someone's business.
Hey there! Paimon's name is Paimon, and she's a traveler who was just passing by. Is there something bothering you?
It's been quite some time since Paimon said that.
Oh, I noticed you two a moment ago. Welcome to Akara Crafts, the best toy store in Port Ormos. At least for now.
Wait, what?
What's bothering us is this prototype Aranara. To start with, could I get your opinion on it?
Oh, that is Aranara.
Prototype Aranara? You mean this wood carving here? It looks like a mushroom monster to Paimon.
Not gonna lie, sounds like the name of a weapon. And also, it doesn't look very happy.
Oh, there we have it. The verdict is in. What a headache.
I'm sorry?
Not the first negative feedback we've had.
Well, we didn't mean to.
So, what exactly is a prototype Aranara?
So for context, Aranara are magical creatures in Sumeru fairy tales that live in the forest.
Which we already met.
For the store's 20th anniversary, we plan to release a series of hand-carved toys based on the Aranara stories that kids know and love. This is a prototype we made to get an idea of how they would react. But when we put it out there, the reaction was not quite what we'd anticipated.
Well, I don't know about that. It's more like a nightmare, than a fairy tale.
They thought it looked like a mushroom too, huh?
No, worse than that, actually. I can't quite describe it, though. And I'm also not very good with kids. Maybe you could ask them for yourselves.
Okay. What's so hard about it? Let's see.
This is not an Aranara. No way.
Oh, it's because you guys already met Arnara?
I've read Uncle Tanja's Aranara and the Ill Little Fungus. It says that Aranara are supposed to be chubby and squishy. The carving looks nothing like that.
Chubby and squishy.
Toys do look better when they're round and chubby.
Like Paimon.
Uncle Tonder said in Aranara's vow that you can deceive the eyes, but you can't deceive the heart. This carving makes me feel lost and confused inside. I don't think the creator put his heart into it at all. It's nothing like an Aranara.
Bro, people try their best.
Ooh, didn't put his heart into it, huh? Oh, sounds like one of those things that's easier said than understood.
Yep.
Cassid and Alia didn't like this carving, but I think it's okay. It doesn't look too happy, so it's kind of pitiful in a cute way.
What? Okay,
Oh, a positive review!
but
Yeah, so I would totally ask my dad to get it for me, if it wasn't meant to be an Aranara.
ah, okay. Do you see Lumine's face? Yeah, man, this kid.
Oh, well, that took a sudden turn for the worse.
Yeah, you don't say.
We asked the children for their opinions.
Well, yeah, you need to make it chubby.
Oh, how did it go? Has it maybe, grown on them at all?
Fortunately, unfortunately, no. I'm starting to understand how you feel.
Oh, this is such a shame. Why isn't Tanger back from Gandharvaville yet?
Oh, the kids kept mentioning an Uncle Tanger, too. Who is he exactly?
Uncle Tanger is a famous children's author here in Port Ormos. He wrote quite a few stories in the past, but none of them were popular among children. Just like our prototype Aranara.
So, what happened?
But around a year or so ago, he suddenly had a eureka moment or something. And suddenly the children loved every one of his stories.
Which is Aranari's story?
That's right. My little Ghaffari loves his stories too. The whole reason we decided to make these carvings was because we saw just how popular the Aranara are among children.
Ah, that kind of stuff. Got it.
We asked Tanja for guidance, but right after he agreed, he went off to Gandharvaville with his son to look for inspiration. They haven't returned yet.
I hope we didn't find someone sleeping on the ground.
We were running out of time, so we had no choice but to carve an Aranara based on our own imaginations.
Well, it kind of looked similar-ish.
As you can see, this was the result.
Oh, we have to do something.
How about not carve, but make like a potato sack and just
Hey, since you're the famous traveler, could you do us a favor and look for Tanger in Gandharvaville,
The heck did you know that?
He doesn't have to come in person if he's too busy. Just ask him to write down his suggestions and bring his notes back to us, if you could.
So, who are you guys' name?
Please, if only to put a smile on the children's faces. And, of course, you'll be well compensated for doing us the favor.
Which I get a girl,
They
okay.
seem pretty desperate. Let's help them out. To see the kids smile.
What did I say?
And also for our reward.
I didn't pay attention until Paimon said the end. Okay, we'll do it to see the kids smile. Okay, we'll do it so that Paimon can get her rewards.
Yay! Rewards!
Really? You're not okay. I'm not doing this for the children. I'm doing this for my Paimon, okay? And also, what do you sell?
Tanjo takes his son with him everywhere he goes. The two of them are very close. Maybe that's why he was able to come up with such great stories. Anyway, we're counting on you. Please find Tanja for us.
Patience is a thing,
Every new toy we've ever launched at Akara Crafts has always had kids from all over Port Ormos flocking here to buy it.
Except this one.
We thought our Aranara carvings would be a big hit, too. Who would have thought?
It's a big hit. It's a big hit, but on the other side, yeah, it took a big hit to you guys' investment. Anyway, where is it? Gandharva village or ville, not village. Let's go. Paimon is pretty much kid size too. Do it for the kids, aka Paimon, not the other kid. Yeah, okay, that just took to the worst. Wait, enemy. Grab a second. Okay, let's go. I thought there's enemy, but no, that's the side quest that I tried to skip.
So Tanger's supposed to be here in Gandharvaville looking for inspiration. But how do we find him? Should we yell his name at the top of our lungs?
Nah, bottom is fine. That sounds like a bad idea. We might alert the forest rangers.
Hey, buddy. What's your name? What are you doing here all alone? Do you live in Gandharvaville?
Wait. Wait. Kusanali?
Regardless, don't worry. As a trainee forest ranger, I'll do everything I can to help you.
No, it's Collei. Never mind. I'm so sorry if I say that. Oh, when you first play, Genshin Impact, this is how you meet Amber. This is how. Oh wait, am I supposed to play this first before the main story then?
Hi, Miss Forest Ranger. I'm Rosie. Don't mind me. I know the way back to Gandharvaville.
Oh, never mind. Okay, no, okay, I got it all wrong.
When people say don't mind me, what they really mean is don't worry about me. That's all the more reason not to leave you alone.
And also, yeah, you sound like you are about to cry. Are you okay?
Hey, don't cry. What's wrong? Take your time. You can tell me all about it. Huh, that voice sounds familiar. I once heard it somewhere before.
It's Collei! I knew it from the start.
Oh, it's Collei! And a child who seems to be upset. Oh, let's go say hi. Hi, Collei. How have you been?
I love how the enemy just got triggered there.
Paimon and Traveler. I've been doing pretty well. Thanks for asking. I'm helping Master Tainari patrol the forest. What brings you here?
You?
We're here on an errand. We heard your voice, so we thought we'd come ask you for help. You seem kinda busy, though.
I'll be fine. You go help them first, Miss Forest Ranger. I'm okay, really. The sand got into my eyes, that's all.
I'll shove the sense into your eyes.
What a well-mannered child.
We cannot just leave him here.
Sand? There is not a lot of sand in a forest. You keep saying you're okay because you don't want us to know what you're upset about, right?
Maybe.
That's exactly why you have to get it off your chest.
What?
Here's a trick. If you're keeping a secret that bothers you, you can try telling it all to a tree hollow.
A tree hollow?
Yeah, a tree hollow. Do you know Tanja's stories? The Aranara living in the forest will patiently listen to every word children say.
Oh, why Tree Hollow if you can say Tree Hello?
Maybe there really are Aranara living in the tree hollows that will listen to you.
You like the Aranara stories too?
Of course. I love them.
Oh, people who like Aranara are the best. Okay, I'll try telling my secrets to a tree hollow. Thanks, Miss Forest Ranger. You know everything.
Aw, you're just exaggerating. Anyway, I'm trying to be like my friend, who always does her best to cheer people up when they seem sad.
Amber?
So, how are you doing? Feeling any better now? The forest is very dangerous, so how about we stick together?
Sure.
Wow, Collei's so good with kids.
A forest ranger you can trust. You handle that expertly.
Well, helping children who are lost in the rainforest is all part of a forest ranger's duty. So, what was it you wanted help with? You're not lost too, are you?
Yes, I'm lost. In your heart. I mean, no. We actually want to go deeper into the forest. You tell Collei what about the situation Craft.
Okay, so you're looking for a children's author from Port Ormos called Tanja. And he's here in Gandharvaville, looking for inspiration.
And again, I'm not lost. If I'm lost to your beauty.
Wait, when you say Tanja, do you mean the Tanja?
Yeah, the one that write the story that you love.
That's right, Uncle Tanja. So he's in the area, looking for inspiration for a new story as we speak?
Okay. Okay.
This is amazing. Could you wait for me for a second? I'll run Rosie back to Gandharvaville and then I'll be right back. I've always been curious what the man behind those incredible stories is like in person.
Maybe he is a genius who spent a lot of time in solitary confinement. Are you talking about Clay? Maybe he's from a wealthy family. Well, Clay's not a boy. Maybe it's one of Lesser Lord Kusanali's familiars. Maybe.
Tanja's just a normal guy.
Is it your father? Is he your father?
Even so, he must be more creative than most people. Wait, hold on. Rossi, do you mean you've met Tanja before?
Mm-hmm. He's my dad.
I knew it. I knew since the start.
Your dad? Tanja's your dad? As in you're Tanja's son?
Yes, Paimon. Could it be more obvious?
Uh-huh.
Ah, Paimon sees. That guy at Akara Crafts told us that Tanja brought his son along with him. So he meant Rossi.
Ah, Rossi.
Why are you here on your own, though? Did you and Tanja get separated?
We had an argument. I was upset, so I ran off here by myself.
Why every time someone is upset, they have to run off? What is wrong with you guys? It's like you run off, yeah, great, the monster attack you, a bear attack you, you dead. Why?
Oh, in that case, we should take you back to Gandharville first. Then we'll look for your dad and tell him where you are.
No, I'm good. Thanks for your advice, Collei. I'm not so upset anymore.
We need to find your father, so let's go together.
Come with me. I'll take you to him.
Let's go.
Yay! Thanks, Rosie! Paimon thought we'd be spending the whole day looking for him.
Woohoo! Let's go!
Oh my gosh! I can't believe I'm actually gonna meet the Tanja!
Fangirl.
Oh.
Oh my man! If only you know. The face direction. If only you know. Oh wait, is that it? Oh wait, is that it?
So Tanja headed this way. I know this place pretty well. Follow me.
Wait, is that it? And you got Collei? Wait. Seinen so, bro, that is easy. I love this game. We're here. Hey, that's easy to get Collei though, not gonna lie. Like it, love it. Okay, where do we go?
Rosie! Where are you, Rosie?
She's lost.
Someone's calling for Rosie over there.
Why do Rosie sound familiar?
Oh, Rosie! Thank goodness I finally found you. What would I do without you, my son?
Live without a son?
Were you in danger? Did the wild beasts scare you? Did the stars guide your way?
No. Well, the star is as pretty as Collei, so yes. But other than that, no.
I'm okay. All thanks to their help.
Alright.
Thank you. Thank you all. I dare say that even the most cold-hearted Spino crocodile would be moved to tears by your kindness.
I'm so sorry if you guys heard me giggle by a little bit. Miss you or something.
Oh, it's nothing. It's all part of my responsibility as a trainee forest ranger. I'm the one who should thank you for creating so many wonderful stories for the children of Sumeru. I love them too.
Really? I didn't know anyone read my stories apart from young children. That must mean you're still in touch with your inner child.
Hi, young lady.
Okay, then. I have the inspiration for my next story. It shall be about an Aranara granny who's a child at heart.
So you're calling Collei is a great... Okay.
Huh? It's an honor to become the source of your inspiration.
Alright.
Whoa. Collei looks like she's about to pass out. Hey Collei, are you okay?
Yeah, it seems like your face is a little bit, you know...
I'm okay. Sorry. I just got a little too excited.
Are you two story lovers as well? Yes. The moment I saw you, the image of an aura giant and an aura finch traveling together popped into my mind.
Yep, I'm the R giant, and you see my little buddy here, my best buddy. She's the Ara Finch.
Ah, excellent! Improvisation! Yes, mount your trusty steed of imagination and canter through the lush meadows of lyrical expression. You have the potential to become a celebrated storyteller too, you know.
I thought he about to say mount your Ara Finch, and I'm like, wait, what? You ride a finch?
Seems like Tanja has a slightly exaggerated view of what it means to be a children's author.
And also, yeah, now I understand what Razi, when Razi make that look.
Also, Paimon's not a finch! That's nothing to get excited about!
I knew you were going to get mad. Let's put that joke aside and get down to the business. You tell Tager what the situation Akara Craft.
Akara Crafts. Akara Crafts.
Who the heck is that?
Oh, right. I remember now. That small boat once sailed into the sea of my memory, but before long it floated away over the horizon, never to be seen again.
Poetry much?
Perhaps for the best. After all, a wild tempest was a-raging in Tanger Harbor.
Tanger.
What? Paimon has no idea what he's saying.
You know Paimon? Me neither.
What should we do? Do you think we should get Tainari to take a look at him?
Probably.
Dad's saying he forgot about helping the people at Akara Crafts learn more about Aranara because right now he has something more important to do.
Got it, poetry.
Oh, that's what he meant! Well, there it is! All the proof you needed that this kid is definitely Tanger's son!
Wow, the proof is right when the dad screamed, "My son!" But,
Wait, no, this isn't the time for all that. Tanger, your help is pretty vital to the toy makers. You gotta do something!
Okay, sorry for that. Alright, ignore what you just heard before. I forgot to turn the alerts on before.
But the garden that blooms before my eyes is of greater importance, for therein lies the beautiful Patisara that all the children of Sumeru dream of.
Who should I bring when you talk like that? Fischl?
I, Tanger, have found evidence of Aranara activity right here in the Avidia forest, conclusively proving that Aranara not only exist in stories, but in real life too. If I manage to document the first real-life Aranara sighting, the petty problems that perplex Akara Crafts will be untangled in no time.
Oh, you want to see what it looked like.
Meanwhile, I may well be able to leverage this to assume leadership of the academia. Then all across Sumeru will know of the great Tanger living in humble Port Ormos.
Yeah, Paimon same. Okay, so everybody.
I haven't written any papers myself, but I think you need to have a bunch of them approved by the review board before entering the academia. You also need a detailed and objective experiment record. Anyway, Tanja, what did you mean by evidence of R&R activity?
The hook's what's important in a story. The great storyteller Tanger never gives his audience the bait right away. Come with me.
Okay.
Wait, not that way.
Yeah.
Collei, what's wrong?
Nothing, but that way leads us deeper into the Avidia forest. I'm just concerned for Tanja's safety, and I think I'm starting to understand why Razi and Tanja were fighting.
Maybe there's something else going on. Maybe that's the secret Razi was keeping. Oh well, we'll see and we'll learn about what actually going on. But at least I already got Collei. That is good. I at least need some experience though from fighting. Which I didn't see any wild creature yet, so...
Just as I expected, the promise of one of my stories has kept you hot on my heels.
So you're telling me if we didn't follow you, you won't say anything about that?
But this is just an ordinary tree hollow. Paimon's not seeing any evidence of Aranara.
You can deceive the eyes, but you can't deceive the heart. Look with your heart and you too will understand.
But my heart is inside my body, which means I cannot see anything other than my inside.
Paimon's not sure what look with your heart means, but anyway, let's start by investigating the area around this tree hollow.
Alrighty, I already spot some stuff actually right over here. What is this? Oh, that is the quest. But first, as always, talk to them first. Collei, Collei. What happened? Your expectation?
I'm okay. You guys go ahead. I'm just a little tired.
What? Wait, what happened, Collei? Can you tell me?
Dad never used to be like this. It's all my fault.
Oh wait, did Aranara possess you? Is that why you're concerned? That never be like that. Wait, Aranara possess you?
You can deceive the eyes, but you can't deceive the heart. This line is at the beginning and also the end of Aranara's vow. I'm certain that in 100 years' time, this line will become a famous proverb in Sumeru. Don't you think?
Nope. Nope. But that's a good slogan for something. But that's a good slogan for the craftsmanship of the carving thingy.
Hey, look! There's a note here! Could this be the evidence that Tanjiro was talking about? The handwriting's so hard to read! It's too hard. I can't remember the names of all these mushrooms. Do Aranara need to learn about mushroom classification?
No. Oh wait, does that mean Aranara is not a creature? No, Aranara is the thing that we saw. Either way, this is not Aranara's trail, but let's see.
Here's another note that says, "This tree hollow is my castle." That sounds more like something an Aranara from the stories would say.
Okay, do Aranara write this down? Why though?
There's another one here. If only I were a clever Aranara.
What is the chance? Tanger is the one that's throwing this around.
A clever Aranara. Is the emphasis on clever or Aranara?
We don't need to know. Talk to Tanger, I don't want. Hey, money. Okay, I'll talk to... Ooh, 10k! Nice. Anyway, how are you guys?
How does it feel to bear witness to a groundbreaking discovery? Exciting, isn't it?
Tanger is the one that's spreading that paper. What is so groundbreaking about it? They look like message left by children.
The crude handwriting may look like a child's, but don't forget, we're in the middle of a rainforest.
Oh wait, does that mean when they are fighting about Aranara is real or no? And the father trying to prove Aranara is real by...
I doubt that a child would be able to reach this deep into the forest, and I doubt even more that they would think of this lowly tree hollow as some sort of impenetrable castle. I boldly hypothesize that this tree hollow is in fact the Aranara's academia. The notes we saw were written by the Aranara themselves. There is no doubt in my mind about that. An Aranara that wasn't so bright left a note here wishing to become a clever Aranara.
Collei, don't tell me that is you.
Oh, I shall craft a new story for them and call it The Aranara in the Tree Hollow.
'Cause Collei looks sad.
How's that? Don't the very words just conjure up images of Aranara in your mind's eye?
Nope.
Nope, not at all.
Well, many an adventurer knows how to take to the skies with their easily visible wind gliders, yet they do not possess the invisible wings of imagination, making it hard for them to keep up with my train of thought.
Sure, you try. Fly with your imagination wings. Make sure below you is the water.
How about you, Miss Forest Ranger? Do you soar into the atmosphere on the wings of imagination?
Huh? Me? I don't know. Maybe I do, but maybe not. Anyway, it has nothing to do with me, so...
Yeah, Collei right now doesn't seem well. I have a feeling the Arnara is Collei, but who knows? Collei, is everything okay? Are you sure you're not feeling unwell? Are you tired?
Yeah, I'm fine. It's just that witnessing Tanja's creative process is a little... Oh.
Overwhelming.
Maybe the other way.
Oh, yes. Yes. Overwhelming.
For now, I've decided to stay here with Razi until we witness the legendary moment when the Aranara appear in this hollow. Don't worry, I won't let the Akara Crafts toy makers down. When a real Aranara appears, their little troubles will be resolved in an instant.
He seems pretty stubborn. Looks like we'll have to stay here and wait a little longer.
And then, Traveler, I need to tell something, or to talk.
No, I think we should return to our camp first. Tanja, in Aranara and the Three Little Fungus, it says that Aranara are very sensitive creatures. I don't think they'll show up if we stay here.
Oh? Was that in the story? Ah, yes, I remember now. Miss Forest Ranger, you sure know your stuff.
Sir, do you even know your story?
In that case, let's go back to camp and call it a day. We'll continue our search for evidence first thing in the morning.
Okay, so, Collei, what's up? Seems like there is something that's troublesome you. Okay, that is the next day, which means with that being said, I'll leave the part here. And as always, subscribe, hit the like button, and of course, if you guys want to tune into my stream, twitch.tv/69x, and don't forget to follow me. But with that, that is the first part of this story, and I'll see all of you guys next. Later! Goodbye. That's easy to get Collei as well, that is nice.